Post show.
Post show?
For
It is a post
sure.
show. I am so hungry. I'm impressed, Winston. You ate. Um,
Yeah.
I had something to say, and then freaking Twitch. Like I went over here to
The
pull up
bourbon's getting
Twitch.
to you, sir.
It is bourbon, a
Yeah.
bourbon on an empty belly. I think I ate lunch at whatever. So
I have car things on my list, but maybe I'll save them for another time. I know Winston
Yeah.
same.
likes car stuff.
I do.
Do you ever think that you've been the last person to see someone alive?
I,
What a segue,
Joe.
dude. Oh my God.
And by what a segue, he means no segue at
Yeah,
all.
no segue at all.
And those are the best segues.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, in some cases, well, no, I should say,
Good.
in
Yeah,
in
good.
one
Could have been.
case, I know I was one of the last people that they saw alive when my grandma passed. I
Okay.
Okay,
was
yeah.
there. That
That's
was
fair.
weird.
Sometimes you
Yeah,
know it's happening, but
that was
Yeah.
weird. That was
you
the one
But
and only time. But yeah,
do you
but
think
that's the
that
one that you
you've
know,
ever
though.
passed somebody on the street and they've like turned a corner and that was it for them?
yes, you walked out in
You know,
front of a Waymo and he was splattered all over
Exactly.
the concrete.
Um, I don't
surely
know.
it's happened. Surely, I mean, me and Brian have lived longer than you, Winston. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that surely it had to have happened statistically at least
Uh-huh.
once.
Statistically, yeah, I mean, that's
Statistically.
it.
Statistically, you also walk past murderer and not know it.
True.
Yeah.
Do you think the person that was you were the last person that they saw was happy that you were the last person that they saw? It's the follow up question to this.
Probably not because you're just a face, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're somehow involved. But
I guess so.
this is a funny
Yeah, unless they turned the corner and it was you with the
You
knife.
that, yeah,
right, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You
They
were
were
the
not
murderer that they walked past.
they were not at all happy
Yeah.
that they saw you last.
Uh,
No, my
um,
daughter is, working at her school and she is now a worker in this mentor program of a bridge program, which allows students in before the semester starts to do sort of it's almost like a trial. It's like a trial college. You go in and you do 7 credit hours over the course of the summer, and if you do well, then you roll into the fall. It's about 175 students that get this. And every year, we were just talking the other day how it's funny, like out of about 175 students, you're always guaranteed that one of those kids of the 175 is going to get kicked out of school. It's just they're going
Yeah,
to get
that's fair.
arrested.
that's
They're going to
crazy.
do
Yeah.
something stupid that then gets them not invited back in the fall.
In a
And it would
group
just
that big, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. So it was just funny. I'm like, that's the sample size. Like, and then just that as a parent, you're like, gosh, this is like the first time the kid's out of the house on their own and they freaking like, nosedive, like the first thing and they like tank it. Like, okay, yeah, you went off to college and you got arrested for forging checks or beating someone up or doing, something stupid.
Right.
Forging checks nowadays is nuts.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
Crazy style.
I think that
Man.
was one of them, but boy, I'll tell you, this much bourbon on an empty belly, not advisable for those who are recording themselves on the internet screaming into the void.
How many speaking of college classes and getting kicked out of stuff, it's the trope of like, oh, that first day where the professor's like, I'm gonna do something to weed out people. Have you ever been weeded out of a class?
No.
What do you mean weeded out though? Like
Like
purposely? I mean,
oftentimes professors will purposely do something difficult at the beginning
Yeah, I
of
had
a
a
class.
professor that was like, I hate Asian people for some reason. That was no, is that a good one to weed out Asian folks?
all the Asians out of here.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's funny. I was shocked when I learned that Indian people are technically Asian people.
What do you mean? Yeah,
Folks
Yeah,
folks from
they're in
India.
Asia.
Yeah. Well,
Middle
they're
Eastern people are also technically Asian people.
Yeah.
So are
yeah, that
Russians. People don't think of them either, but
Yeah, Russians are
really.
technically Asians. Yeah.
Oh, we
that's
gotta start
it's a country in Asia.
Yeah.
Russia.
You ever
Russia
seen
is
a
Is on the
mostly in
continent.
Asia.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah, no, that took me a second to like process that of like,
if
yeah, that is
you
the
They're
if you
continent
want to
simultaneously
be
Asian and Eastern European. It's weird.
yeah, if you want
and
to see
communist.
that like if you want to be super confused, look up Kazakhstan. They're just Asian people that are European at the same time.
I just think they're all Borat. That's.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I get the clock radio. You must get the clock radio. Yeah.
I listened to an interview with Sasha Bear, a podcast he was on about that, and
Uh-huh.
how initially the initial response was they hated him. And then
Yeah.
when they realized that people were like going to
Going there
Kazakhstan
for
because of the
Borat.
movie,
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
okay, we love this guy. It was
Exactly.
funny how it turned like,
Yeah.
suddenly like, okay, he shined a
See,
light on a country that nobody knew about.
I thought Kazakhstan was a fake country until recently.
It
And I
kind of
was,
sounds like it, yeah.
dude,
Kind of like
I'm telling
Uzbekistan.
you, yeah, like Uzbekistan. And then I
We,
seen
we
them
got
in the World
listeners in
Cup, and I'm
Uzbekistan.
like, what? Didn't know we like made up countries in here like Turkey, eh? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Freaking
which
Turkey,
we're
get
getting
out of
all the
here.
time now, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
still see. I saw people recently. I know we talked about it during the Olympics, but I see people bringing that conversation back up.
The
the
Turkey A
Turkey,
I just
conversation
saw
of
a
how they
TikTok
just
of
like
someone
slipped it
going,
in
"When
there.
did we start calling it that?"
The
yeah.
Olympics. It was the Olympics.
It was the Olympics, right?
It
Yeah.
was ahead. It was just slightly ahead of the Olympics, but the fact that it was people had multiple meetings. All right, I don't even know how to do a Turkey accent. That would be
To
funny
be
if we
Yeah.
could
fair,
do it. Like, okay, we call our country something different because they keep making fun of us like we are
exactly.
turkeys. I don't like the turkey comments. Let's come with something different. Turkey A?
Uh,
Yay! Let's call it Turkey A. I imagine that's how it
you
went in
think
my brain.
some guy proposed Turkey B by chance or no?
No, no, we go with Turkey A, not Turkey B or C, sir. We like Turkey A because we are grade A.
Number one.
Number one.
Number one.
That's funny.
Oh boy.
Um, no,
Yeah.
I had I was gonna ask you guys. Okay, so I was talking to my roommates about it. Are we realizing that our 10-year high school reunion is coming up? Is
10
that worth
years? That's it?
attending?
Is it
Five
worth what?
attending.
Oh, I did not go to my 10 year. I don't know if it happened.
Yeah. Again, my 10 year was skipped, so we did an 11 year. I went. I
Yeah.
found it interesting because all of the weird cliques and social dynamics from high school have dissolved, and people are just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're all
Actually
just
decent people.
people."
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have to be a jerk to anyone anymore to make myself feel good. I'm just
So
another person in the world.
yeah. So the difference with that is I went to a private school, right? So it was like 20 of us that we were all friends with, or 30 of us that we were
Yeah.
all friends with. So I'm like,
Don't you know
how
what they're all up to though?
sort of. We don't talk, but social
No,
media
via
wise,
social media. That's what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. But then I was talking to my roommate about it, and I was like, you know what everyone's doing? And he was like, no, the purpose of going to a 10-year reunion is to flex on people. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I found that let's see, good gracious. So I graduated in 92 and I believe I went in 2012. So that was 20 year, right?
Yeah.
20
Yes.
year.
Yes.
There was at that point, it was, yeah, there was no flexing. It was, like Tony said, there are zero clicks anymore. You talk to anybody because you just remember them and whether or not they remember you. And
Yeah.
the Facebook kind of, I think, I don't want to say ruined, but I think Facebook really took away a lot of the reasoning to go
To
to
do
these
all that.
things. Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
what do they look like? What are they doing?
Hmm.
I mean, you
Kind
kind of
of
can
a lot
know.
of people that you said that, and I just looked at, I went, "Oh, this is my 20. This year is my 20 year
Oh, that's
There you
funny.
go.
reunion." I
Yeah.
don't think, I don't know that anyone's organized anything, but like a lot of the people that I would want to talk to are not on Facebook.
Right. And
You
that
know,
was my thing is like when I got on Facebook, I ended up contacting some of the people I'd lost touch with through college. And then, me moving to Florida was really a kind of like, you've got the Midwest in that area. Then I'm like, peace. And I moved to
Mhm.
Florida and I didn't even think about that. I remember my mom at a couple times would call me. She's like, so and so called me. They had, and they had this number for, somehow, and they asked, can I give them your phone number? That type of thing, people that were, back in the old school days of trying to hunt somebody down that way. Um, but no, it was cool. I mean, it was cool, but it was the coolest part for me was to connect with some of my good friends that I'd lost touch with. So if you don't have that, I mean, I don't know. Is there anybody, Winston, that you would want to talk to that you haven't somehow had an opportunity to get in touch with?
Yeah. I don't know. I
again, yours
don't.
is weird because there's only so many. Like I had
Yeah,
like
there's only
300
30
some
of us.
people in
Yeah.
my graduating class, so there's people that I haven't talked to
There was 200 of mine.
in a long while
And
that
they
I
want to
would.
do it at the school too. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go back there.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Like, just go somewhere, go out,
My
that'd
high
be.
school building has been torn down and a new building has been rebuilt. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What I find that in these situations, drinks are helpful as a social lubricant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and that was when when I went to when it back up for my 20th, my good friend who was my freshman roommate in college, who I
Mm-hmm.
gotten back in touch with, he had like a little get together at his house the night before.
Yeah.
And that to me was better because that was like a smaller
It's
group
more
of people of
comfortable, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
What was funny though, there was this dude, this this guy Mike, who I wasn't friends with, but we had gone through 4 years of high school together and we had
Mm-hmm.
classes together, but the social groups, we were not in the same social groups, but he knew people I knew. It was funny. My one friend Mark was like, he was one of those pivotal people that was like spanned groups. So because I was friends with him, I ended up knowing people from the other circle, even though those weren't my close friends. But I remember going to his house that one night, and this guy who was like a popular kid in high school was like, I don't know if you remember me. You know, my name is Mike. I'm like, yes, we sat
That's
next to
so
each other like
funny.
senior. Of course I know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't hang out. Yeah, but I know who you are. I saw your face for 4 years. You know, that's
Yeah.
weird.
See that,
Yeah.
and that's what I enjoyed, and that's why I think I would go back to another one because there
Yeah.
were people that were like, "Oh, these were the jocks that I did not
Yeah.
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 associate with or were jerks to me." But
And now he's a
after 10
freaking
years,
loser.
it's just
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
you see them and they're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" and you shake hands, it's like, "Oh, I can have a conversation with you without you being an a-hole now."
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's
Yeah.
That's
kind
fair.
of nice.
Your wife's ugly and you're kind of a loser now. How's it going, man?
No,
Uh,
I've already
The
told this story about my wife at our reunion, haven't I?
oh yeah, that
well,
she was like the star, even though she didn't go to the
yeah.
school.
Yeah,
Everyone.
my
Everyone's.
class
I
Yeah.
mean,
president took a liking to her, and in the
I
middle of
mean,
this, they're like, "Hey, can Liz come cut the cake?" I was like, "She didn't go to the school. Why is she cutting our class cake?"
because I've met your wife. She's incredibly likable.
She
That's
is incredibly likable. Yeah, I wasn't surprised that it happened,
it's
but I
just
was
funny
just
Yeah.
that
like very confused.
that's totally hilarious
That's
though.
so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
ours
Uh,
unfortunately, our class president has passed.
oh,
So
no.
that's
how?
I think why we
How?
didn't have a 20.
Were you guys one of
May
the
have
last people to
may
see
have
her?
been it may have been suicide.
Oh,
Oh.
even worse. Damn,
Yeah.
Winston's comment is even truer,
I
possibly.
know.
Somebody, oh, that's
Oh
horrible.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Pretty
weird. You
terrible.
said
Yeah.
300 in your class?
I think somewhere around there.
Round
It
about Winston, you
was
had 12?
I had 32. Yeah.
32? Okay. So I had a
10
sample.
times less.
Yeah, no. So I had a sample size of 200, and when I was at this night before the actual reunion, was hanging out, and everybody was kind of giving updates on people that we knew from high school, and it was just a weird, you know, so and so
Yeah.
died of a drug overdose, so and so died of suicide. I mean, it was
Hmm.
weird to have a 200, I think it was 211 sample size of like just statistically people are going to die or
Yeah.
whatever happens that a group that large statistically over
I,
time. It was weird. It
right.
was really weird.
So, and that's why I say I think it's nice that, there was only 32 of us, and I think we're all alive.
Well, that's good. It's funny
Yes.
to say that as a baseline, but that's totally alive. When I
Yeah.
went with my wife to her 15, I think it was still in that weird space of like people figuring out what they're trying to do. Some people
Yeah.
are married, some people aren't yet. So that
Yeah.
15 was weird. So I imagine 10's an odd one because
Yeah. Because it's rather recent, right?
yeah, yeah. What is that? What has happened? I mean, but it's a good marker. 10 years after high
My
school, what
concern,
happened?
my concern is that because it's a smaller school, smaller class, it's gonna become a dick measuring contest when we all shows
Mm,
up, and everyone's gonna come in with the idea of we're all gonna flex what we've been doing in life instead of, hey, how's it going? Because social media is
yeah,
like, I know what the fuck you've been up to. How much
yeah.
money are you making? Right? That's what my concern is gonna be, and I'm like. I could not do that. I'm like, I'm not interested in you guys knowing how much money I'm making or, what I'm spending my money on. But
But you're doing well in life. You're moving forward. I guess to
yeah,
me, that's kind of the thing. As long as you're moving forward, whatever it may be,
yeah, that's
as
true.
long as and I remember my one buddy. Oh, okay, here we go.
Let there be light.
Let there be light.
Yeah.
I see no more deer. My one buddy was really funny, a close friend because I lived outside of Chicago. I lived
Hmm.
20 minutes from downtown Chicago, but I was on the Indiana side. So there was always this sort of like we live in Indiana. So my
Yeah.
one buddy got out of school. He ended up working for Playboy for a while. He
Oh,
was a
no way.
writer
That's
for
kind of
Playboy.
cool.
Yeah, and did some marketing stuff and did a lot of cool stuff. But then uh a series of things, and I think to help take care of his mom and whatever, he ended up moving back to the town that we grew up in, and ended up living a couple streets over from his mom.
Yeah.
And it was always kind of weird though, because he's like, yeah, it's very strange. Like I got out of college and I did things, but I'm back here by choice. But it's kind of weird though, because when you run into people in this town, it's kind of like you run into the people that never got out, rather than,
Yeah.
he's
So
like, I
people
got out
think
and I
that
came
he never
back.
got out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that was always, I remember, talking with him, that was kind of a weird thing for him. But I was like, yeah, man, but you're doing good. And he
Yeah.
ended up, marrying somebody that we went to high school with, which was funny because I was friends with this girl and they were never even in the same social circles in high school.
That's
But I
funny.
was
Yeah.
friends with her, the girl that he eventually married, and she was
Yeah.
awesome. And they got married. I'm like, well, that's cool. Like you guys met after, got together after the fact. But I was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, he kind of was had feelings about that, and I was like, I get it, but I also it's all right. It's like
Yeah.
if you're happy doing what you're doing, man, you should be okay.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'll update you guys next year when it does happen.
When
So
yeah, I was gonna say next year. Okay,
yeah,
so
it's next
next,
year. It's not, we talked about it this year because we're like, holy shit, it's coming up. But
what's
no,
it gonna?
it's
Where's it gonna be? That I think plays a lot too, because
I
like Tony
yeah.
was saying on the
So
last one, it was
remember,
what
and
it.
you were saying drinks help. I don't think there
Yeah.
will be drinks because we went to a private Christian school. So
Yeah.
I don't think alcohol would be there. Now we could
Hmm.
probably sneak in some flask
Well,
or something,
let's just have it somewhere else then. I mean, I think that solves that problem, right?
Yeah, I
If you
guess.
can't have drinks, have it somewhere you can have the drinks. But yeah,
It was
that
yeah.
to me was helpful for talking with. I mean, because there's a bit of it, anxiousness of it anyway. Even people that
Mhm.
I didn't care about in high school, but here I'm talking to somebody who I haven't talked to in 20 years.
Yeah. And it will be interesting to see how my girlfriend interact with these people when she does meet them. So it's gonna be
Where did she graduate from high school?
she
Vietnam.
went to high school in Vietnam. Yeah.
Okay.
So she only went to college here. So I'm like, wonder what that's gonna be like. But she met most of my guys' friends. She met all of my boys and everything. But I don't think she met the
Okay.
rest of my people that I went to school with. So we'll see. I mean, it's a small enough class. But yeah, I was just curious what you guys thought of that. But anyway,
I mean, all of us have moved from where we came from. So
that is true.
to
Yeah.
me, that seems like success, actually.
I moved 20 minutes away, technically. I live near
I,
Atlanta,
I
right?
guess your journey is a little different than Tony's and I, but
Exactly.
yeah, but
It was a shorter journey for sure.
yeah,
But yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that
20 minutes away in Atlanta could be vastly different.
that's
So
true.
That is
That is
true.
very
That is true.
that is
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Two
That is
different
100%.
neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is absolutely
Uh,
true. So, yeah, like
yeah.
my wife went to school in Dunwoody, I guess that would be technically a suburb of Atlanta, but I was like, well, yeah, if I lived in like we were on the Indiana side, so it never ever felt like a suburb of Chicago.
Yeah.
Like going to Chicago is what you did up there to get out of where you were. But like
Right.
here, I'm like, man, Atlanta's cool, and there's
Atlanta
Atlanta's
is
fairly
cool.
big.
Yeah.
It's not there's nothing wrong with staying in
And what's
Atlanta.
funny is I think four of us that was in that class that, graduated together, one of them being my roommate, we now live within 2 minutes drive of each other. So it's just like you guys are down the fucking road. Like,
That's amazing. Do you
yeah.
see each other often?
One of them is my boy, so I do see him a little bit often. But it's funny. It was down the road. It's one of the apartment complex down from my house. By the school. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So they're literally down the road from me, like off. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. Just thought it was funny. But yeah. So I
I'm gonna
do
give
see my
Winston's
people enough.
address here.
Yeah.
He lives
Yeah.
on
I'm gonna leak it.
Ant-Man
All right,
Ant-Man
well,
Lane.
yeah, Ant-Man Lane for sure.
I drove past your house the other day and I pointed out to my wife. I was like, that's where Winston lives. He lives right there.
I
We're
always feel like I drove past your area, but I never know which neighborhood you're in. So I don't know if I do pass your neighborhood or not. I just know it's near Whole Foods. That's it.
Yes, I
Yeah.
live in the Whole Foods. I eat
Off of aisle 2 and 3
that's
or
right. I
something?
eat
Yeah.
incredibly organic
Yeah.
and I use bamboo shoots for deodorant.
Straws and
Yeah.
paper straws and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
The
boy.
paper
All
straw,
right.
man. Don't get me started on
All
the
right,
paper
we
straw.
said
That
that.
You're gonna
sucks.
wrap it.
Yeah,
My
Brian's gonna
bladder's
get some food in
explode.
him. It's getting weird.
It's
Hey,
getting
thanks.
weird. Feed 'em.
It's getting weird. Yeah, it started weird.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for listening to the post show. Appreciate everybody. we will see everyone next time.
See you later. The